So giddy. Oh, dang. That voice clip, there was some pretty hardcore peaking there. The distortion. That's how happy she is. That's how happy she is. She's so happy that her voice was already at the point of distortion. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Asagao Academy. In the last episode, poor Hana was embarrassed. Her first day of class was ruined because at the very end of the day, Paul of Continue ran into her while she was eating ice cream and then she fell on the ground, got ice cream all over her. It was kind of sad for Hana. But here, we see, on her second day of school, Paul is about to approach both Mai and Hana. So, let's go ahead and see what he has to say. Oh gosh, Hana, Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's going to kick you again? Hopefully not. The same Paul who humiliated me last night strode towards me. I instinctively backed away, but he kept coming closer. Hey. I'm glad I found you. He didn't look angry to me. In fact, he was giving me an odd, lopsided smile. Little bit creepy. I wanted to make sure you weren't hurt or anything. You ran off before I could properly apologize. I looked down at my feet. It was embarrassing enough that I ran off crying like a little girl, but to know that I made them feel bad was even worse. At the same time, the image of my ruined uniform popped into my mind. I couldn't tell whether I was more angry or embarrassed, or whether I was feeling something else entirely. I got you pretty bad, didn't I? I think I ballerinaed too hard. Legit, what was this guy doing again? Like he was trying to impress his friends or something like that, if I remember correctly? I don't know, they were doing something weird and then for some reason Paul did some ballerina jump and ran into Hana. He tilted his head to the side. It's a shame you're not wearing the uniform from yesterday. I like the pink splotches on you. It matched your hair. Pink splotches, huh? So it means that she got some strawberry ice cream too. Maybe her favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry ice cream just like me. A deep sick feeling crawled up from my stomach to sit in my throat. My dumb, stupid hair. Everywhere I went, people made fun of it. I thought the normal boots guys were different, and he was trying to apologize. How could he say something like that to me? Not for the first time. I thought of dyeing my hair a different color, but quickly dismissed it. Nah, I actually kinda like the pink hair, Hana. You should keep it for sure. Paul was waiting for a response, Mai giving me a quick nod as if warning me not to mess this up. I mustered up my best smile, hoping it was at least somewhat convincing. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm more than happy to pay for the dry cleaning. Josh and Nick and I feel really bad about everything. We've never made a girl cry before. Well, not by physically injuring her, I guess. Thank you, but I was just going to scrub it in the sink. Dad and I could never afford things like dry cleaners, so I was surprisingly good at hand washing things. That thing's gonna need more than just hot water and soap. Trust me. Tell you what, I have a friend who's a natural with that kind of stuff. I'll ask her to get the stain out for you. Just meet me later and bring your uniform, okay? I'll try not to kick you this time. Yeah, you better not. Without giving me time to say yes or no, he nodded and turned to leave. He spun quickly back around and I flinched. Are you and, Mai, right? Do you guys have a table? The cafeteria is pretty full right now, so you can sit with us if you want. Just for today. Ooh, lucky Hana and Mai, huh? Yeah, and of course Mai would be freaking out about this. Lunch? With the normal Boots Club? Maybe I really could become friends with them. And then no one would ever bother me again, not about my hair or the ice cream incident. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Follow me, ladies. So, on the second day of class, it looks like things are turning around for the better for sure. Sure, the first day of school kind of sucked at the end, but with the second day of school coming around and now Mai and Hana get to sit at the normal Boots table, that's something else, I guess. He led us to the middle of the cafeteria where the normal Boots sat with a table all to itself. Hey, you found her, you're Hana, right? I nodded, blushing as I took a seat at the edge of the table next to Paul. Mai forced herself between Jared and PBG. Her eyes were only a few sparkles away from forming huge hearts. Real subtle. So Hana, we saw that you were upset and we're all worried. Are you feeling better? PBG looked at me, clearly concerned. My heart was beating hard against my chest, but I wasn't sure whether it was because I was nervous or because the sad look on his face made me want to give him a hug. Or maybe it was because I was about 2 inches away from Paul and only an arm's length from all the other guys. As I tried valiantly to open my mouth, whispers sped around the lunchroom. Look at those girls over there. Who do they think they are? How come they get to sit there? That's not what a girl wait, I don't think that's that was more like an old man voice. I'm not sure what I was trying to do there. I wish Senpai would notice me. Main characters get all the luck. I love just how many times the game breaks the fourth wall. I'm not sure how many times they've done it like so far. I don't remember correctly anyway, but I know that in later scenes in this game, they for sure break the fourth wall in pretty funny ways. Suddenly my thoughts turned dark. Could it be that by getting close to these guys, I was setting myself up as a target instead of getting protection? Hana, you gotta learn how to look on the bright side of things. Come on, like I feel like every time something good happens in this game, there's always another angle that Hana looks at it from, and it brings like a kind of negative vibe, kind of like instead of looking at things on the bright side, you know, she kind of, or maybe she's just being a realist here, maybe she's just being a realist here. My thoughts spun in my head. I was suffocating. PBG was still looking at me, even more worried than before. So, obviously Hana can be easily read, like a book basically. There are some people that are just like that in this world, and let me be honest, I am one of those people. If I am having a sucky day, or if I'm just feeling really down in the dumps, then sadly, a bunch of people can notice. It's hard for me to kind of hide my emotions, I guess, and I'm sure that Hana's the same way then. I'm fine, thanks for your concern. Please don't feel bad, it was my fault for getting in the way. I'm sorry for causing such a scene. I should have controlled myself better. I hung my head. I wasn't sure how to act around these guys, so I defaulted to extremely polite. My father would have been proud. I can relate to Hana in the sense that there are these just situations sometimes when I'm around some people, or even when I'm around some friends, where I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to behave? Literally, not literally, excuse me, but seriously, how the heck am I supposed to behave around these people? So then I guess my default personality in such situations is kind of stay quiet, kind of hide in the background, not hide in the background, but kind of just remain in the background and not say too much, trying to, you know, be polite. Although I guess naturally that's just my temperament, trying to be polite and all, but whatever. Hana. Hey Hana, don't apologize. It was Paul's fault, right, Paulie? Nick shoved Paul, who looked exasperated. I apologized as best as I could, Nick. Give me a break. It was a relief that PBG wasn't staring at me anymore. Almost no one else was paying me or Mai any attention. Shane, however, was still shooting me quick, suspicious glances. It was almost like he didn't want me there, and I felt uncomfortable. Is he still a little bit peed off because of may as well just say pissed off because of that scene from the last episode where they were just chilling in the classroom, Hana and him, and then he was like, oh no, is she only talking to me so that, you know, she can make all the other girls think that she knows the normal boots or whatever.
Hey, Hana.
How do you like it here so far, Hana? Good, how about you? I mean, I like it here, thank you. Gerard smiled at me, then turned away. I picked at my food. The guys were all wrapped up in their own conversations, and Mai was busy preventing hyperventilation from being so close to Jared. I can feel his body heat, she said creepily. I can feel his body heat, Hana. Oh dear. Hey, it's Satch. You doing okay, Hana? A smiling Satch turned to me. I know it can be overwhelming. You're fine, right? Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thanks for recommending me the book, by the way. It's been really good. Do you like it? That's great. I figured you would. It's really funny, but the narrator's annoying. Yeah, he can be a bit rude. He pushed up his glasses, then grinned at me.
Okay.
You were pretty quiet, but I knew there was more to you. I winced. Sorry, I can be a bit of a wallflower. No need to apologize. I'm sure we've all been wallflowers before. But that reminds me, the flower festival. He turned to the group, addressing them all as if on cue, they all suddenly turned to pay attention to him. Who are you all taking this year? Right, the flower festival. Miss Shizuka mentioned it before. What is the flower festival? No one's explained it to me yet.
Well...
It's basically just a festival. Didn't you have those at your old school? We did have festivals at my old school, but they were basically just 40 kids grouped in one room sharing snacks they brought from home. Well, we had something kinda like them, but I stopped going.
Really?
Aw, why not? They're so fun! I didn't really want to answer. There was no way I could say, well, my friends turned on me, so when I went, people pretended I didn't existed. Aw, poor Hana. I feel like I've been saying that a lot during this series so far. Poor Hana, poor Hana, poor Hana, but her backstory really calls for it. I mean, of course, it doesn't sound like she or her father are financially well off, but to hear that her friends kind of betrayed her here, dang, that hurts. That hits us right in the feels, doesn't it, guys? But Maya was waiting for an answer, and everyone was looking at me. I'm just not into that stuff, I guess. Aww. Oh well, maybe you'll like this one more. The flower festival happens all over Japan around this time of year, but it's a big deal in Higanbana. That's the town right next to Asagao. There's apparently some kind of myth about flowers that's somewhat important. Supposedly, the founder of Higanbana was an old man who got lost in the mountains and almost died of thirst. The flower spirit came to him and offered him in return for his vow to protect her home. Offered him help, excuse me. He agreed, and she drained herself of all the water so he could drink. The man founded Higanbana to watch over the meadow in which he met the flower. In some versions of the myth, the man and the flower spirit fell in love. It's truly a romantic festival. One may hope to find someone with which to make a vow of eternal love, just as the man and the spirit did, and to live on to protect the one they love. Yeah, that's kind of romantic, but how do a man and a spirit fall in love? Just how do a man and a spirit fall in love? I'm just kidding. That's ruining the myth. That's ruining the fable there. So during the day of the flower festival, there's all of the stalls set up, and you can go play games and eat food and go flower viewing. Then at night, there's a special meadow over by the temple where you can go watch the flowers, and there's a bonfire and dancing. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to it every year. Asagao sells paper flowers in a little booth to raise money for the school too, so there's usually a big volunteer drive beforehand for the people who are good at origami. I'm not good at origami. Hana is, but I'm not good at origami. I remember my little brother he was into origami quite a bit. Like he would rent these how-to origami books from the library and all, but I was never really that great at that stuff.
Really?
Really? Shane is too. Maybe you should work together. Shane gave me a tight-lipped smile. Somehow I didn't think that would be happening. Probably not. Hey, speaking of, I swear you rejected 10 girls last festival season. I mean, that's nothing compared to me, naturally, but there were so many girls with broken hearts, even I couldn't mend them all. Give it a break, bro. You still hung up on your English girlfriend? Well, chill out. Shane flinched, visibly taken aback. Then he shrugged. I don't talk to her anymore. Oh, Shane. I just wanted to be happy, that's all. He wiped away a fake tear. Shane grimaced. Yeah, that's a little bit of obnoxious. How great would it be if someone asked me? Maybe even if one of the normal boots guys did? No, I doubted that would ever happen. They were only letting me sit there because they physically assaulted me. I sighed and cut my beefcake with a plastic knife. So, any girls in mind, fellas? Besides me, Mai shifted nervously. Her eyes kept flicking from Jared to her french fries. She looked like a child who stole several cookies. Jared spread out his arms and raised an eyebrow, a god waiting for names to fall into his lap. I'm thinking of going solo this year, to be honest. Yeah, same. Man, you guys are boring. Like I said, I was homeschooled for all of high school, so I never really got to attend events like this. But in all honesty, it's not like there's anything like the Flower Festival in our city, in the United States. But, yeah, I mean, a part of me feels like I would also kind of go it solo just like those three. But, I mean, going out with a date would be nice too, but knowing me during my high school years, I probably would have gone solo as well. That makes me sound like a pretty hardcore loner, but I'm on another level compared to you guys. I've already got my choice picked out. There's a quiet clattering next to me. Mai had dropped her fork. Yeah, I'm sure you have. And it'll probably be a new choice tomorrow. Yeah, clearly this dude, clearly Josh is not, so he has very thin patience with Jared right now. And I can't talk today. You know me so well. There's only so much time to make so many different girls' dreams come true. I must find the one who is most in need. So it's not even about which one you like, huh? Nope. And you make fun of me. That's kind of a weird way of looking at it, Jared. Seriously. Just then the warning bell rang. It was time to head back to class. As everyone got up to toss their trays, I stood up and, overwhelmed with a sudden burst of feeling, shouted, "Thank you for letting me and Mai eat lunch with you today. I really appreciate it." Yeah, thanks. Hana was having a terrible day and you guys cheered her right up. So, see you guys again tomorrow, same time? That smug face. Mai tilted her head, eyes twinkling. Mai, Paul said we could only sit with them today. That's cool. Paul waved a hand in dismissal, almost dropping his tray with the other. That's pretty cool of them, actually, that they don't mind Hana and Mai sitting with them again tomorrow. I mean, we're talking about the most popular group in school, right? And they're kind of just letting these two, not exactly into their club or into their organization, but I mean, getting to sit with them at the lunch table, that's kind of a big deal for this kind of group. The cafeteria is really crowded and we have extra room at our table. People are too afraid to sit with us or something. Well, we did kick a girl yesterday. Well, yeah, I'm sure everyone's probably intimidated by these guys, considering that they're the most popular. Yeah, like I said that already. All three of them shrugged at the same time, then left the room, moving in unison like a team of synchronized swimmers. Jared dumped his tray and jogged to catch up with them. As soon as they were out of earshot, Mai took my hands in hers and jumped up and down. So giddy. Oh, dang. That voice clip, there was some pretty hardcore peaking there. The distortion. That's how happy she is. That's how happy she is. She's so happy that her voice was already at the point of distortion. You did it, Hana. We get to sit at the popular table. I've been trying to do that for 2 years, and you did it in 2 days. She dropped our hands and made a jokingly, I think, angry face. Main characters have all the fun. You'll be in pairs painting a diorama or a papier-mâché lamp, anything postmodern, then write a paper on design. Or don't, that works too. But remember, this project will count for 10% of your final grade, so work hard. Sound good? 10%? We're on the second day of class and you're already throwing an assignment that is worth 10% of our grade. If I were in Hana's situation, dang, I would already be freaking out, because when it comes to grades, guys, I tend to, I guess, go over the top or worry excessively over them. I mean, B's are cool, but I mean, A's, guys. A's are really good too. The only response was bitter murmuring. Miss Shizuka often ended with sound good, but she never really cared about the answer. Alright, in the last few minutes of class, pick your partners and discuss your project plan. We'll continue next time. In a matter of seconds, almost all the desks in the classroom connected. I looked at Mai, but a girl, Mimi Santos, oh, the wonderful and ever so charming Mimi Santos already claimed her. Mai frowned at me as if to apologize. I don't understand why she's like putting up this act to, I guess, this act of being Mimi's friend. Maybe it's so that Mimi wouldn't be on her case so much. I don't know, but it's kind of weird. I scanned the classroom for the few other people I met, finding them already paired. I was going to be the only one without a partner. Well, no one wants to be in that situation. Suddenly, the edge of a desk collided with mine. Hey, guess we'll be working together. PBG sat in front of me with a cheeky grin. Didn't he sit on the other side of the room? How did he get his desk over here so quickly? I leaned over to look past him. He'd left a gaping hole and several collapsed students in his wake. Again, the way that they describe this scene, it's perfect. It's like the perfect anime kind of scene, like a scene that you'd see in a slice of life high school anime drama. Seeing my gaze, he turned around. Oh, oops, sorry. He waved sheepishly. A boy glared at him. I'll get you next time, PBG. You will regret what you have done this day, mark my words. Yeah, that's what he said. Well, for better or worse, we're partners. I guess we are. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Wait, no, that's not what I meant at all. You're super smart. I'm just sorry you're stuck with me. You're pretty smart too, though. Right? Not that I knew. I guess. But I hate school. I don't care about it at all. Why are you saying that when you were so, like, desperate to become Hana's partner? That's not exactly the most reassuring to be telling a girl that you really want to partner up with. Although obviously he's clearly not partnering up with Hana because of interests with school projects or anything like that. Clearly not. 10% of our grade depended on this project. Oh, not that I'm going to make you do it all. I may not like school, but I'm not going to let someone else fail just because I think it sucks. I haven't done something like this since I was a kid. The girl got so mad I learned my lesson. He laughed, hitting the desk and crinkling his nose. I didn't see what was so funny, but from the way he was looking at me, it seemed like I should. I smiled hesitantly. He stopped laughing and frowned at me the same way he did yesterday. Do you like apple cider? Okay. I'm sorry? I like apple cider. Hana might not like apple cider, but I kinda like apple cider, even though I haven't had it in like years. Oh, pinball. Or how about magnolias? Yeah, I guess so? You guess you do? But you... He sputtered, opening and closing his mouth like he was trying to eat the air. I searched his face, wanting to help him out. He was clearly struggling. PBG leaned forward, looking into my eyes like he was deciphering a code. What's funny is that I feel like, honestly, as much as I would like to be more smooth and stuff, and not putting myself down whatsoever, but I will admit that I feel like if I were in PBG's situation right now, and like clearly he's trying to make a good first impression or make a good move on this girl, I feel like I would kind of behave like he would, kind of awkward, kind of unusual, peculiar, unsure of what to say, struggling, really forward. So close I could see little brown flecks in his eyes. Minus that, I don't think I'd be like looking into someone's eyes that close. That's really strange. What? PBG moved away, his anxious look fading into a slight smile. Actually, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it? Yeah, man, it's like you're gonna act all weird and then you're gonna say, oh, okay, don't mind everything that I just did. Don't mind my awkwardness. Don't mind why I'm acting so strangely. It's nothing. I was brainstorming a subject for our piece, but you didn't have any strong reactions to anything, so I guess we won't be doing those then. Like hell! The bell rang and the students started packing up. Oh no, we didn't get to pick a project. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I was messing around, but don't worry, I'll come up with something, just leave it to me. He thumped his chest as he got out of his chair, striking a pose and giving me a wide, reassuring smile. He shuffled his desk back to his side of the room as I packed my things away. I didn't understand what happened, but maybe it was better to forget about it. He didn't seem to want to explain. I left the classroom, thinking to wait for Mai, but instead PBG trailed me into the hallway. He cleared his throat and I turned to face him. I tilted my head back an uncomfortable degree. He was tall, but he was scratching his neck, avoiding eye contact. So, I know you said you were fine at lunch, but are you sure you're okay? I mean, you were really freaked out yesterday, so... Yeah, sure, PBG may have been acting awkward, but he's very sincere here. He's very concerned for Hana, which is very nice of him. He crept its way into my face. No, I'm alright. Okay, why is the audio skipping? Sorry, guys, if you are hearing that on your end too, but yeah, the audio is doing this weird skip every now and then. As long as you're fine. If you need help with anything, you can rely on me though, especially since... The uncertain look crossed his face again. Well, never mind. Are you heading back to the dorms? Yes. Nice, me too. We can go together. He pumped his fist into the air. I glanced into the classroom. Mai was still talking to Mimi, looking like she was about to rip the girl's head off. She wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go. But as we turned to leave the hall, we were interrupted by someone wearing a yellow and gray jacket. The rival club's jacket. It's a hidden block club member. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, space hamster? Did I spoil that? Well, I mean, for those of you guys that know normal boots and hidden block, it's clear who this dude is. My heart stopped. Standing before us was a tall man with cheekbones like no tomorrow. I didn't recognize him from our class, which must have meant that he was one of the other hidden block members. I didn't know whether I should scoff at him or ignore him, but before I could do anything, PBG held out his hand for a high five. Hey, Jeff. Jeff returned the gesture, and the two locked into a conversation.
Hey, what's up?
PBG, you pumped up the soccer match. You can pump up soccer matches. That's something you can pump up like a balloon. You pumped up about you.
Yeah.
Forget it. Yeah, I've been waiting for this day all summer.
Right on.
Are you busy? I'm trying to get the team together right now for a last-minute practice. You in? I am so in. I have nothing to do for the rest of the day. Are my cleats still in your locker? Hey, thought we were gonna walk back to the dorms together, bruh. Yup. Awesome, let's go then. Jeff briefly looked at me and pointed. PBG turned around, surprised I was still waiting.
Hana.
Oh, Hana. Sorry, I gotta go. See you in class tomorrow? I'll make sure to bring my thinking cap. He put on an invisible hat and gave me a thumbs up. Oh, wait. Do you want to come to our game? It's in a few weeks and the first one of the year, so it would be cool if you came to watch us. Mostly me, because I'm the star player. Wow, thanks. Well, I mean, we really have no reason not to go. I don't like sports, or of course. Personally, like, I'll admit that I guess I'm not the hugest fan of watching sports. Like, playing sports is fun, and I should definitely get back into basketball nowadays, because, like, the last time I played basketball, which was really yesterday, dang, I was so out of shape in the sense that I could not handle the ball well at all. But when it comes to watching it, it's like, I'm so towards it, but seriously. PBG is a new friend of ours, so a good way to support him would of course be to go to his game. It's always nice to support friends, right? That sounds really fun. I would love to come. Ooh, thanks. That means that was the most enthusiastic woo ever, by the way. Let's do that again. Woo! How's that? Does that tickle your fancy, guys? Can I bring Mai? She might have planned on going anyways, but she was always including me in things. I wanted to do the same for her.
Yeah.
Totally, bring as many people as you want. Fill up the stands. He left with Jeff, and I headed back to the dorms. Mai usually walked with me. It felt weird to be alone, and suddenly I realized it would feel even weirder to be in the dorm alone. Not knowing what else to do, I headed for the library. Might as well get started on some homework. See, that's good thinking. That's good thinking, Hana. You and I think alike, as I've been saying. In so many things, in so many ways we think alike. I stayed in the library much longer than I anticipated, head low over a small sheet of project ideas and a thick book. Every time I thought about leaving, panic seized me. The truth was, I still didn't know my way around the academy. Mai had been there to guide me, and I was more focused on the people around me than the places. Are you telling me you still don't know how to go back to your dorm? Well, okay. Okay then. As students trickled past, laughing and heading off to no doubt have tons of fun, I fiddled with my pencil. I would have to leave eventually, though. Hesitantly, I closed my book and stood.
Hey, Hana.
Hey, it's the completionist. Hey, Hana, how are you? I rolled around. Gerard was walking past me, a thick book in one hand.
Gerard.
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I laughed weakly and found myself wringing my hands together. Yeah? He clearly didn't believe a word I was saying. I sighed. I'm a bit scared to leave. I know that sounds pathetic, but I don't really know my way around here, so... Yeah, you look a bit like a lost otter. A lost otter? But hey, I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you until now. I've been wanting to ask if you're settling in all right. What's with all the people or not all the people, but what's with the normal boots dudes? Like, they're super nice. I wish that, like, I'm sure that everyone would wish that there were really nice people like this in high school and in college or in middle school or whatever. Because from what I hear about the like my friends who are in middle school or in high school or whatever, all I hear are people complaining about the drama and about all of this other stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really sound like there would be people like this in high school. But, you know, that's, of course, it would be kind of wrong to generalize every high school to be like that. That would be kind of silly of me to do. I know that transfer students don't get really introduced to the school the same way freshmen do. Are your classes okay? How's your homework load? Do you like the food? Getting along with Mai? I stuttered, unsure of which question to answer first. Everything's fine. Maya's great, yeah. She showed me around the campus recently. It was very nice of her, but she wasn't very thorough. A grin slowly spread across Gerard's face as if he was unwrapping a present. I can show you around if you like. I used to give tours to incoming students. If you're new, you really should get a tour. And of course, I mean, he is a completionist, so you know that this tour is going to be a very, very thorough tour. But we're going to have to make this decision in the next episode because we are already at the 30-minute mark. My goodness. Whenever we play this game in particular, time just really flies by. But I'm really enjoying this series and I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you would like to see more from ShdwjGaming here on YouTube, feel free to hit that big red subscribe button. Alright guys, I will see you in the next episode of Asagao Academy. But until then, you guys take care.